We need to talk EPL that was on today. Some good games today.
I didn't see anything today.
That's great. Man U versus Tottenham yesterday. And you missed that? That was a great game.
Yeah, I was actually working today. Like, it sucked.
What a fucking loser.
Like a fucking chump, man.
Oh, you're like a fucking slave, man.
Yeah. To the machine. I'm not even fucking
With
public
all those-
employee.
It was your.
With
It was.
your flat slave.
It was Newcastle versus Everton today. How did you miss that?
Who won?
Newcastle.
No way! Yes!
It was a good game.
Fuck yeah! That's how you start a podcast off. Hell yeah! Dude, our new
The Northern Rock people. That's their spot.
Hello, I'm Robert Stack, and you are listening to the Askcasters podcast.
Askcasters episode 18. Bama goes down. A goalpost also goes down. It takes quite a trip. Good time to be a sports fan in Philadelphia and New York. We're going to cover football, we're going to cover soccer, we're going to cover hockey, and everything in between. You get 3 Askcasters today. It's myself, Andy. Also, TJ, a.k.a. Scrode, is here today. Carlos, back from multiple adventures.
World
Yes.
traveler.
We'll have
USA Traveler.
to probably right out of the gate with Carlos before we hop into anything else. Carlos has been at the Chiefs game for probably one of the rowdiest crowds in Arrowhead in quite some time. You were at Chiefs Raiders.
We'll have to ask your perspective on that.
And then also, not quite sure what the hell was going on in Seattle, but just fire right in, Carlos. Good to see you.
Where do we start? Man, I've been doing drugs all over the continental United States.
Proud of you, boy.
Yeah, I've been picking up the slack for the rest of you. So,
Hey, some of us were having to stay home and do drugs, okay? So I'm
Yeah.
holding it down for the
Yeah.
316.
do Pedro's at home.
Oh, yeah.
So-
He's growing and doing
Nah, it's been good. Yeah, I ran into those Chief tickets pretty randomly. Courtesy of Nationwide, always at your side.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Those were good-ass seats. We were section 135, row 24. So we're right there.
I don't know where right there is.
Behind the Raiders bench.
Okay.
You don't look at my visuals. I said right there.
Well, I know we have the YouTube feed, but,
We need to put a video camera in here.
Probably not.
Yeah. Probably a good
how
thing.
many years in prison do you want to spend?
So, Carlos, you were there for the
Raiders
Chiefs
game.
Raiders game with one of the worst calls maybe ever made in the history of football that almost made that place turn into a riot.
That was bad. The call was terrible, but the place was insane. It was crazy. People were like, there was a handful of Raiders fans in front of us. Again, my visuals in front of us, and my
That
hands
was a
are
handful.
going right there.
Definitely a handful.
You made
And,
a fence.
I did. I built a fence. And they were getting rowdy. It was hilarious. I was just knocking back Bud Lights and just watching.
So how rowdy were you?
I mean, I was wearing a fucking Patriot shirt. What do you want from me?
Wow.
Underneath my hoodie. So it wasn't,
Was it a Patriots hoodie?
No,
Okay.
no, it was an Adidas hoodie.
Okay.
So, but no, it was cool. Pretty wild. We left actually with like a minute left because we wanted to avoid the madness, and then drove back to Wichita that night. That was brutal.
So was that like the rowdiest, most pissed off crowd you've ever been like a part of?
You
live?
got to remember that I was at the Chiefs Patriots AFC Championship game when the Patriots won. So they were frozen and pissed off.
And this time they were just thawed.
They were just thawing out and pissed still. But no, it was pretty wild. Arrowhead's definitely a different beast because I've been to Foxborough and it's not like that at all. I mean, been to soccer
What
games.
time did you get there? Because that was a Monday night game. So you got to
2
what, 8
o'clock.
a.m.?
2 o'clock.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of drunks on your Snapchat feed.
People
pretty early.
there was a guy next to us that we had access to the tailgate suites, little things they popped up, and I'm like, why did you get here at 8 in the morning? We had a designated lane to go in, so we didn't have to wait. I'm like, why did you get here so early? The place didn't open till 2:30.
Oh, boo.
And they were like, we've been here since last night. I was like, you're fucking dumb. Did you know these things get you through the line? I get if you want to get there early, if the tailgate, open at 8, then maybe get there at like 8. But yeah, he was sauced up. It was hilarious. But yeah, no, we got there at 2:30, and the tailgate that we were on, it was like open bar, so I did my heavy lifting.
Good job.
At the beginning, and then I didn't drink anything after that because I had to navigate home. So
did you end up driving home that night?
yeah, but I didn't drink for like 4 hours.
I
told you I drove home that night.
I did see a tweet at like 3 a.m, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Yep, I had to get home and then fly out to Seattle the next morning. So
Oh.
yeah.
Was there anything worth note in Seattle?
Well, yeah, the homeless. It was great. So we took a tour, like a ghost tour downtown, because fucking Audrey, everywhere she goes, she's got to go to a ghost tour. Like, you know, haunted place, like especially like Boston. When we always go, we always take one because we go to these creepy places like Salem and all those places. So she's like, oh, Seattle must be haunted because I fucking think everywhere is haunted. So she booked a little ghost tour, and this motherfucker was like, it was more like a history tour. Like, he wasn't talking about anything haunted or anything like that. But the great part about this is where we started at a corner, there was like a pile of shit. It looked like human shit, you know, like on the sidewalk to the left of us. And he didn't know, so me and Aaron were just sitting there, like, we had eaten some edibles. And we're just sitting there, like, people just kept on walking and walking. And it was like, how close can you get to not stepping on the shit? And every time somebody walked by, we're like, oh! Nobody fucking stepped on it. I was so pissed.
Well, it was shit.
I know, but it was dark and maybe nobody could see it. I don't know. Fuck. Nobody stepped on the shit. So, but yeah, no, it was cool. We went to a Van Gogh exhibit. Oh, by the way, I have some videos that I need to show you. It was awesome.
I think I saw some of them.
No, I didn't post any of the cool ones that I posted.
Oh, there's like an X-rated?
But, well,
you can actually
sure.
see the ear.
Yep. You can actually see him shoot himself.
Ear.
You can see him shoot himself. Oh. Nah, I'm just joking. But that was pretty cool.
That'd be cool to shoot your ear off.
We were there.
What type of accuracy?
We were there Saturday for the who was playing the MLB Mariners and was it the Houston? Was it Houston that they were playing?
Could have been.
They were playing there Saturday night. It was pretty wild. Like, downtown was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you back, Carlos.
Yeah, I
am
am
back.
back.
Last time you've been here at the podcast, we put a moratorium on Oklahoma Sooner football. We're not allowed to talk about them anymore. So.
Because Schawe is too sensitive. Fuck
yeah,
them. They should just be relegated. Like, is there a thing for college football like that?
I mean, the closest
that would
we
be
can
tight.
do is give
Big
a
12.
moratorium. Yeah.
Stay in the Big 12.
See, like, this is the little place we went to. And, like, they had... imagine being there.
Ask casters, the ground, like, it looks like it's raining. Like,
Look at the walls, too.
Yeah.
And Van Gogh's right there. And it was crazy, but they had good music, so, I mean... Imagine being on drugs there. It's pretty cool.
I'm pretty scared. Speaking of shit, I think I just shit myself. That was pretty scary.
Hey, look at that
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, it was pretty cool.
So,
That's
Ask
fucking
Casters,
awesome.
Carlos is just basically with his phone telling us to take drugs and go to Seattle.
You definitely should. We went to the Glass Museum, and all I can think of was, I bet this guy makes a really cool bong.
Was it just one guy?
It was one museum for, like, one guy that's really famous for doing, like, glass work. And the whole time I'm like, oh, man, this would be a really cool bong. Like, that's all glass.
Dude, that looks like the shit at the art museum here in
Yeah, but it's better there. So the whole time I'm like, oh, yeah, this would be cool to do drugs out of this. Like that one right there.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos on his phone showing more blown glass.
Yes, it was cool. Anyways, enough about Seattle. I was glad to get out of there.
Yep. So anyway, we hopping into college football. So Oklahoma, again, we put a moratorium on them, so we're not allowed to talk about their game against KU. We're really not allowed to talk about anything.
Can we talk about why we can't talk about it? Why is that?
Yes, therapist. Well, I mean, we're just we're doing the same thing with Oklahoma that we did with Notre Dame. They're no longer relevant anymore.
And how do you feel about that?
That Oklahoma. Okay, whatever. How much do I owe you? $100?
Yes.
Yes. Do you take insurance?
Yeah. No.
Do you take Nationwide?
Yes.
Okay.
KU, K-State, and KU and Chiefs tickets.
Ooh.
So did anybody watch Tennessee beat Alabama and the hilarity that ensued?
We watched it like the last 3 minutes of it because at the bar we were on, they were like, "Turn it on! Alabama's about to lose."
I don't really remember my Saturday.
Good for you.
No, I did watch it.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
It was amazing.
That kick looked a little wobbly. I was like, "This motherfucker is choking," and then he ensued to make it. So good for him.
I love when Alabama loses, and I especially love when they lose on missed field goals.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's twice.
No,
Last minute, Auburn, then this against Tennessee.
And well, remember they lost at like LSU one time. Like they've lost multiple times by missed
Great.
field
It is
goals.
really great to see, but that place must have been wild. That goalpost ended up in the river. Did you see that?
So what happened was as soon as they won, the Tennessee fans, and that place holds like 110,000. So I mean it was basically a little city that just commenced down onto the field. So they pulled that goalpost, which went down pretty quick, carried it out of the stadium, through the streets, into the river, and then as soon as that thing lands in the river, the students remembered that they have their next game is at home and they need a goalpost. So they put out a fundraiser.
GoFundMe for the post. Oh, that's great.
So if you see Tennessee,
We should donate for it.
Probably on GoFundMe.
There's
Yeah.
Amazon for that.
That's what I'm saying. We can donate it through Askcasters. Imagine seeing that on your list of fundraiser people that donated.
Goalpost.
Askcasters donated to us.
A whole fucking goalpost.
So if you watch the Tennessee against University of Tennessee Martin game this weekend and do not see a goalpost, now you know why.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
Did you watch the whole game?
I did, and
Yeah.
Hendon Hooker, that could have been his Heisman game.
I think it
What
was.
do you got? Like 5 touchdowns?
5 touchdowns. He went 21 for
Jesus.
30, 385, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. So he was awesome. Like I knew going into that game, we wrote on the notes that
You
we
called it.
We did call our shot on that one. I don't think I was the only one that thought Tennessee could win that game, but
Wow.
Hooker, like if you watched him this season, he's legit. Like he can do everything that he's asked to do, and Josh Heupel asked him to do a lot. They run offense really, really fucking fast. Like they have the quickest pace in college football. So Heupel asked a lot of him, but Hooker's capable of doing everything that they ask for. He's accurate. He can run. So Tennessee, I believe, still has 1 game against Georgia.
They're undefeated right now, right? 6-0?
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're undefeated. They're number 3 in the nation. So
Damn.
technically, they are in the college football playoff as it stands now, but their schedule to get into that college football playoff, man, it's going to be tough.
How far did Alabama drop? To like 6 or 7 probably?
I think they dropped to 6. So keep your eyeballs on Tennessee. They're going to continue to be relevant. That game, I expect them to be undefeated going into that game against Georgia, and I also expect Georgia to be undefeated going into that game. That's going to be
Is it where is it at? Is it at Georgia?
I'd have to check the schedule. I do not know. But Georgia will bring something to the table that apparently Alabama does not this season. Alabama has a problem in the secondary.
Oh my goodness, they do.
A big issue. I don't know if it's talent. I don't know what the issue is. But
It's
they're giving
speed.
up a lot of points.
It is speed.
Is it?
It is speed, and that's why you're getting so many holding and pass interference calls. Hughes, our boy Quinn Hughes, is that his name? I
Mr.
forgot.
Mullet?
Yeah, Mr. Mullet in Texas. He was giving along with the Texas wide receivers were giving them fits in the first game of the season. If Ewers doesn't go out in that game, Alabama probably has a second loss on the year.
Because that was a 20-19 game, huh?
Yeah, and I think they won by a fucking field goal. But that would have been their second loss. They had a plethora of penalties in both games, the Texas game and then the one against Tennessee. They have a problem. And Nick Saban, before he was a head coach, before he was a defensive coordinator, and before he just sent the text message to me.
Ah, yes.
Ask Nick. Ask him what is going on.
He is a defensive back coach, like he should know. Nick, he just said, "Hey guys."
Hi, dictator.
And he said, drink Coca-Cola.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a legit problem, and I wouldn't say this at the beginning of the year. I know I didn't say this. They might have another loss on their board coming up with how shitty that secondary
They're
is.
gonna get mauled. Do they play? They play Georgia, right?
So Alabama's remaining schedule looks like. So this week they've got a ranked Mississippi State team.
Who just destroyed Arkansas.
Yep. And it looks like after that, they've got a game against LSU, which they should win. They will also have Ole Miss on the schedule. Ole Miss is in the top 10. But the rest of what they got is pretty easy. You got a game against Austin Peay, and then Auburn's trash this year. So.
If Ole Miss can hold up defensively,
yeah,
they have a very good shot at beating.
I mean, historically, Bama has never been a good cornerback school. Their defensive ends put so much pressure on the quarterback that the ball never really gets there.
Well, you had Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, they have a whole plethora of players. That's the second time I used plethora. They have a whole bevy of players.
I was gonna say that's one.
Yeah,
that's one player.
They have a whole cornucopia of players.
Perfect. A whole bundle of sticks of players.
What were we talking about?
Cornerbacks.
Oh yeah, they have a bunch of cornerbacks in the NFL.
Patrick Surtain, the second, third, or fourth is from.
When I think
all five of them.
All five of them.
When I think Alabama, I don't think defense though. I think offense.
Well,
right?
They have the best defensive player in the nation. That linebacker. What is it? Michael Jackson. No.
Michael Jackson.
That's
a little bit. Michael Jackson is a singer from the 80s and 90s.
And a child protector.
He has a plethora of charges.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, a bevy of children.
Hi, Blanket.
Hi, Blanket.
Oh, man.
So Alabama's remaining schedule we just went through. Tennessee's remaining schedule looks. I mean, that game against Georgia is going to be November the 5th. Georgia's the top-ranked team in the nation. Tennessee currently number 3. They've also got a game against what should be a healthier Kentucky team. At that time, I think it's going to be a good game. Kentucky's quarterback's got a couple injuries he's been working through. Kentucky's quarterback, maybe with the exception of C.J. Stroud, is probably going to be the second quarterback taken in the NFL draft. He's really, really highly regarded. Kentucky's quarterback.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot of quarterback talent that's not. I mean, I've been kind of in a bomb shelter in the last 2 weeks, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of there's a lot of quarterback talent that's not being brought up draft wise yet.
Like who?
The kid for Tennessee. I mean, maybe it's because the bunker I'm in, but I haven't heard anything as far as draft about him. I don't know what class he is. Maybe that's a me thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't either. I don't know much about Hendon Hooker's draft prospects. So,
Yeah.
Looks like this is his senior year. So
Wow. Did he transfer or something?
I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't really pay attention.
Well, you were traveling. You had a big.
Yeah.
Hendon Hooker's 2022 stats. He's passed for 1,800 yards, 15 TDs, and 1 INT. So pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty good. So anyway, that was the big headliner game of last week for NCAA football. Michigan killed Penn State. I think that was pretty much expected. Michigan is in the playoff contention right now as a top 4 team. I don't see really anything that's going to get them tripped up the rest of the way. They're pretty damn good. USC loses 1 to Utah over the weekend in a pretty good game. That's USC's first loss. TJ tried to call me out and saying that I missed that game. USC versus Utah. USC was getting 3.5 points on that one. So even though they lose, I do get the money on that one. So
I thought you had USC winning straight up, so I apologize.
Did not. Took them at 3.5. So, and then our good friends at Colorado.
Are they still?
They got a win.
Oh.
They got their first win, an overtime spectacular against, I believe, California. So they now have 1 victory. But now They really have to prove themselves against Oregon State, to which they are a 23.5-point underdog this
What was the
weekend.
over-under on their wins?
3.5.
Oh, locked in, baby.
So we're cruising as far as that's concerned.
Hey, I'm not touching that line though. Maybe they've got something building after the old Cal Bear game.
I'm touching the line. I'm
touch
molesting
everything.
that line. I'm going to be the Bill Cosby of lines.
Was your pudding pops?
It'll be the Michael Jackson of lines.
Hell yeah.
But one point I did want to point out with, I wanted to make with college football. Our friend Jesse, you are welcome to call in anytime. Hey, what
there.
up, Top? And
What
discuss
it is,
your
ho?
Georgia.
What you got there?
Old man.
Oh, that ain't mine.
Did one of your students draw that?
I don't work there anymore.
USD 259.
That's yours.
Wow.
Put that in front of your bus.
Sharon wants to put it on the right car. Did somebody spill something outside or drop a water or something?
I don't know.
Nope. Wasn't me.
It was my ass wet.
Because it's wet out there,
It's maybe rained in one spot.
or somebody dropped water.
I don't know. Maybe somebody peed out there.
How does someone drop water? I don't think I've ever heard that expression before.
Drop water.
I dropped my water this weekend, goddammit.
Look at this.
Wow!
Did you get a new phone?
A fancy new phone.
It
that
has
old
two
man.
cameras.
You're going to take the
It's
best
got dual
pictures.
stools and an automatic flush.
That is
That's a
fancy.
hell of a thing. You're going to take that thing for a spin later?
Yeah.
Do you have your porn bookmarked already and everything?
No.
No?
Oh, that's later.
I don't have.
When he's
everything-
got to do something while he's taking a shit
I don't
later.
have everything downloaded from one to the other.
Yeah, you got to get your jug subscription back in there.
Yeah, there you go.
So this phone purchase was generated, I believe, from the fact that he couldn't get into his fantasy football website.
Oh, I think I'm playing the old man this weekend in play.
That was a
fantasy.
yes.
I don't know who I play this weekend. I think I'm playing you.
Yes, old man. I know no one wants to hear about our fantasy football, but this is another great old man story.
Oh no, I played the other idiot,
John?
that can't see anything.
John?
John.
Oh, the other spelunker.
Yes.
Um,
You see that thing?
The other.
I would
sometime-
just like,
The other sometime easy win.
There you go. Look at this thing. Oh, it even vibrates when you touch it.
Old man showing Carlos his.
we've had a lot of phones today.
first technology
It's not
purchase
all
in probably
set
the
up
last
yet.
10 years.
This is fancy E, boys. It vibrates when you touch it.
Ooh.
So
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He just touched the phone with his wiener.
With his hog.
With his
Carlos.
hog. Hey, I've been trying to stay away from hogs.
My blog.
Your blog?
My blog.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Carry
TJ,
on.
what was your final thought on college
He can't
football
remember.
you wanted to talk about?
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse.
Hannah's Jesse. I invited him upon the podcast.
Who's Jesse? Who's Hannah?
Hannah, who we grew up with, who does my hair. You went to high school with her.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you could have fucking said that.
Well,
you
I'm gonna
cunt.
cut this now. Fuck. But
Oh,
um,
okay.
yeah,
Hannah.
yeah. Jesse, he would just wanted to talk football with us.
Oh, okay.
He needs
Yeah,
friends.
you talk to Jesse much?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just invited him without consulting with any of us?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
We needed something to do since we cut out Oklahoma content.
Yeah. We needed real winners.
Yeah, yeah.
We needed to fill space. So, with the college football schedule coming up this week, probably not as many good games this week as there were last. Kansas State's going to go up against TCU. TCU's a 3.5-point favorite in that game. I'd probably lean on the side of taking TCU in that game. I don't know if K-State.
Where is it at?
That game is at TCU, I believe.
Yep. God, I'm going to have to refollow them on Twitter.
Undefeated UCLA is going to go up against once defeated Oregon, so that's a matchup of the number 9 and 10 ranked teams in the country. UCLA still undefeated. And
Suddenly, the
looking pretty good.
Pac-12 looks like
Not bad.
okay.
Not
Yeah.
bad. And then another Big 12 game, Oklahoma State versus Texas. I think Texas probably will end up getting that victory, but who knows? So, anyway, that is college
Isn't
football.
Oak State top 10?
They were until they just lost.
Yeah, okay.
So, moving on to the NFL. I don't think we know anything about anything in the NFL.
We know We know some things.
There are some things.
TJ doesn't, according to his fantasy football stats.
So here's the thing. I think I used all of my good mojo in my Quick Trip League because that team is just humming.
Oh, who do you play against in that Quick Trip League? A bunch of fucking
People that
imbeciles?
work at Quick Trip.
Yeah, a bunch of Quick Trip employees.
Yes, that's why it's a Quick Trip.
Well, you're
League.
not a Quick Trip employee, though.
No, I once was though.
I know you were.
I make long-lasting relationships. With
Okay,
people.
yeah. Oh,
So we
okay.
mentioned kind of with our headline going into episode 18 of our podcast here. By the way, sponsored by our friends at 3chai.com.
Hey.
We talked about how it was good to be a New York sports fan right now. So we kind of skipped over the fact in college football that Syracuse is a top 25 team. So they have some relevancy. But in the NFL, the Jets and the Giants, look out. Are they good? Who knows?
Nah, both of those teams are one injury away from plummeting. The Jets are one injury away from being
What
the
injury,
Jets.
though?
Brees Hall
Michael Carter.
running away on your bench.
I sometimes start them both.
Sometimes.
Wasn't there a Denzel
Who's the
Washington
other guy
movie
that
with
plays
Michael
there?
Carter?
Sauce something.
Sauce Gardner, the
Yeah,
cheese sauce.
yeah.
Yeah, tell us about cheese sauce.
Yeah, the cheese sauce took
sauce.
over in Green Bay.
I love it. He was wearing the hat. It was great. I love it.
Yeah. He's the reason my quarterback shot the bed once again.
I believe in the Giants more than I believe in the Jets. Because the Jets are always going to be Jets. The Jets are always going to Jets.
Ooh, that's a good question.
The Giants, though, I think, I don't know. I think they're...
Pogo.
What?
I can hear pokes.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just believe they're in a... I mean, they're in the NFC.
That automatically disqualifies them from being a good team.
Or it means they could win the entire division.
I was going to say, they could go all the way. The AFC is much tougher.
Yes.
So, yeah. That's why I think at the end of the season, you're going to look at both of them, and you're going to probably take the Giants with a better record.
Shit, but whose division's harder? I would say the NFC East. No, I'm sorry. I would say the AFC East is harder than the NFC East.
Well, yeah, because I think so. I mean, Dolphins are good. Pats are a mystery. You never know. They could either...
We're going to get into that and your new stud quarterback, Frank
Oh,
Zappa.
fucking
Frankie!
Frank Bailey Sappy. Frank the Tank Sappy.
Frank Zappa.
I love him. I'm going to get a jersey soon. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think both divisions have three good teams, and then there's one stepchild.
There's one Daniel Snyder.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you guys have caught up with any of that drama, but
Don't fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me, jerk.
I can't see him saying that. He'd be like, "Don't you fuck with me."
I don't know how Jerry Jones would say "don't fuck with me."
Don't fuck with me. Yeah, I'm gonna send my whole family after you.
I'll
buy your team. I'll buy your team.
All five of the Stevens brothers.
Yeah.
Not Stevens brothers.
And
but
then
Stevens
Robert would be
Jerry.
like, yes.
He'd just be because he'd be getting
A Hummer under
Yeah.
the table.
So we'll
Hey, I respect the guy that buys a blowjob.
the Hummers versus the haircuts. So some serious drama going on within the ownership group, or the ownership of the owners of the NFL. Jim Irsay says that there's validity to Daniel Snyder.
But that was before he released the statement, right? All this happened before.
Before who released the statement?
The dude from the Washington people. Commanders.
The Washington natives.
No, this was after. So he just released a statement today.
Yeah, saying that it was ESPN that made it all up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do you not...
I was watching this at 4:30.
I will look right meow.
Meow? Are you saying meow, boy?
How do you say meow? Do I look like a cat?
Do I jump nimbly bimbly like? Do I drink salsa from a pan?
Do you see me in mice?
Meow.
Meow.
While
Adam
he
Scheffler,
looks
here we
this
go.
up, I want to
I mean, I can...
give you... we've touched on this once during a previous podcast. I'm going to give you Daniel Jones wide receivers right now at the moment for the 5-1 New York Giants. Marcus Johnson, Wan'Dale Robinson, Richie James, David Sills.
But But how many yards did he throw him for?
Daniel. Oh,
Daniel Jones.
Look.
I think they rely on the run more
And
than
Saquon Barkley's been killing.
Daniel
it.
Jones
Daniel
can run
Jones has
too.
thrown for 1,000 yards.
He doesn't need to throw.
Well, Carlos asked for the stat. I gave the stat.
When you run an RPO
So
offense,
he said that the allegation in the ESPN article, I feel it's important to address.
Okay, so this is from Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Because it has that disgusting
Yeah.
Commanders.
I have never hired any private investigator to look into any owners or the commissioner. I have never instructed or authorized my lawyers to hire any private investigator on my behalf. Blah, blah, blah. So he came out and just denied the whole thing.
Wow. So I did not see that. I left the house at 4:30, and the story was Jim Irsay was saying that he did have a fucking stack of shit.
I seen the Hard Knocks, whatever it's called. What's the HBO thing?
Yeah, Hard Knocks, yeah.
Yeah. And I just don't believe
not to
that
be
guy.
Confused with the Showtime show Hard Knockers.
I prefer that one, but
It's a different premium channel.
but I just don't
Better
trust,
writer.
I don't trust the Colts guy. He just strikes me as a shaky individual.
Shaky because he's an alcoholic.
He probably doesn't remember half the shit. He's gonna wake up and be like, "What the fuck? Who are the Commanders?"
I don't know. Like, I don't believe a single word from any of these fucking owners. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
I believe that most of them have dirt on one another.
Oh, I believe that. But anything else? Fuck. I don't believe them.
I kind of would like
need
to
to
see.
check.
I would kind of like if Daniel Snyder goes down in a ball of flames. I would like to see him disclose what dirt he's got on Roger Goodell.
You know it has to come. It's coming out.
It's gonna be great.
You know it's coming
Hey,
out.
I just got my waiver report. Did you see who I picked up on the waiver wire?
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa, baby.
Baby.
He's going against the Bears this weekend. Let's fucking go.
From the grave, Frank
Matthew
Zappa.
Stafford, fuck you. I'm dropping him.
So let's talk about the Patriots, Carlos. Now, while you were gone, we did talk about how Oklahoma sucked. But what did also happen while you were gone is apparently the Patriots have the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah?
2 games in, let's go. Let's ride.
Oh, God.
No.
No, it's gonna be interesting. I think we're looking at one of these Brady kind of like situations.
Oh, boy.
When Brady went down, or not Brady, Bledsoe went down, and here comes Brady. Well,
Brady's Frank Zappa.
Here comes Frank Zappa, baby. Oh, I love him. Whoa.
Hold on, we're apparently getting bombed by the Russians.
We didn't pay our
Yeah.
cable bill.
Come on.
Oh, yes.
Bailey
Sloppy
Zappi.
Joes. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think this team is defensively so fucking good. And I don't know what happened with Mac Jones this year.
He's hurt.
But the first 2 games look like shit. So here we go.
He's Mac Jones.
And-
Bailey Zappi.
And now
We are here and we are here for it.
We're also now hearing issues that Mac Jones is apparently
Attitude.
starting to become a little bit of a locker room cancer now.
Oh, yeah?
Cut him.
Bad attitude.
Robert, don't fuck with me. Cut him. I like it. I like
He
Bailey
got it
Zappi.
from Nick.
So Pat's been impressive in the last 2 games.
Defense has been great.
They went up against what had been one of the best scoring offenses in the league. They went up against the Lions 2 weeks ago and completely shut them
29-0.
Shut them out. And then posted 38 points against the Browns.
306 yards, 1 touchdown. Let's go.
So Frank Zappa.
It's Bailey Zappi.
It's
But
Frank Zappa.
It's
Frank Zappa.
He's
Okay.
Frank.
Frank. He looks like a Frank.
So I
He
had
is a Frank.
He probably can drink a lot.
I haven't watched videos of Frank Zappa. So what does he do well? Like what is he doing that's making him successful?
He's got a rocket for an arm.
Rocket
He's got a rocket.
Yeah, he does.
I love it. No, I mean, I'm telling you, this is and maybe I'm jumping the gun, but it's like a Brady situation we got going on here.
You're crazy.
Dude, people probably thought the same thing back then, and then people probably
did.
thought they were crazy too.
We did.
Next 4 games on the Patriots schedule.
Fucking the Bears.
Could
Let's
possibly
go.
clear all of these hurdles. They're going to get the Bears here next week. Then they go at the Jets. So if you're still questioning how good the Jets are, which I am for one, I think the Patriots can potentially get that win against the Jets. Then they go against another mysterious team, the Indianapolis Colts. I have no idea if that team's worth a shit or not.
I have no idea. Do you?
No.
I can't fucking
No.
tell one way from
Hey, by the
Sunday.
way, I started the guy that took over for Jonathan Taylor, and it was a great decision.
Naheem.
No, he's hurt too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Let me
Um,
see. Something Jackson. Deion Jackson.
Never heard of them.
He scored me 20 points last weekend. But I don't know. I think the Patriots can be 6-3 by the time this is all said and done against, after the Colts. After that, I think it gets pretty tough. I think it's, I think they have the Bills in the last 2 weeks of the
Yeah,
season,
it's-
almost back to back. That's going to be brutal.
It starts to get rough. So let's
We're
watch
banking
it.
on some injuries.
So again, they go against the Bears, Jets, Colts, then they get Jets again. Then it starts to get pretty tough. Then they go at Minnesota to go face the Vikings. Then they get the Bills. Cardinals are still a mystery, but they will have hopefully a better receiving core by the time that game
DeAndre
tips off.
Hopkins and Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson lands there, which is kind of interesting, and Carolina continues to crumble in front of us.
It's great.
Dude, I don't know if I sent this to you today. It had Robbie Anderson, and he had
The guy from Scary Movie.
no,
not
well, it
Scary,
was Marlon Wayans, but it was
Yeah.
it was when he was Loke Dog from Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah.
They replaced Robbie Anderson's head with Loke Dog.
Yeah. He looks just like him.
Does he?
Oh, dude. You seen the one where he's like, you see, who's it? DJ Moore? Is it the other guy in Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
He's like taking notes. Like, okay, all you gotta do is say what to the coaches to get traded.
Alrighty, boys. So moving on, we got a couple other things we can talk about NFL wise, if you want to. If not, we can move on to other things.
Let's hit it.
Do we want to talk about Kansas City Buffalo? Do we want to talk about how Russ Wilson is maybe the weirdest human in the world? Do we want to talk about how the Ravens have blown 3 games? in the
Russell
final
Wilson is on track to throw for 14 touchdowns this season.
Is that actually true?
Swear to God.
Oh,
If
There's
it's on,
17 games in a season, though.
they are like under 20 points a game, and a lot of those is they kick the ball so much that their kicker pulled a hammy.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
He's been like my best fantasy player.
Oh wait, no, that was the L.A.
Okay,
kicker.
good.
Never mind. Yeah, I'm
Good.
thinking of
Good.
But they were terrible. Let's look at Russell Wilson's stats real quick.
I mean, while you look that up, maybe I'm missing something, and maybe it's because I've been in my hole, in my bomb shelter in the last 2 weeks. Why is he so weird? They're losing, but it's been disgusting how they've lost. It has been so enjoyable to watch.
It has been.
I mean, I loved it. I have
How many games are we in right now?
6, yeah?
6
What's the over under? How many? What's your guess on how many touchdowns he's thrown? Don't look at your computer.
Well, if he's under 1 a game,
This is terrible.
4.
I'll go 4.
5.
It was either.
Guess how many picks he's had?
9.
No, it's not that high.
5.
3. That is terrible.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. No, it's god awful. And I mean, typically he can rush, right?
Not anymore.
How many rushing yards do you think he's got?
Shit, you don't think he can?
In 6
I mean-
games. I mean, six games. 6 games. How many rushing yards do you think he has?
Oh, it's under. I bet 20.
No, it's more than that because he's had like the last couple games.
That's
he's been decent.
Andy. What do you got?
I'd say total for the season he's at 130
21.
for the whole season.
21 rushing yards.
But that probably includes
Factor in sacks.
Okay, no, I was gonna say that includes the 18 times.
Oh
he's
no,
been
I'm
sacked.
sorry. I was looking at the attempts. 96.
All right.
All right, that's a different number. Yeah.
Okay.
Still terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it with him? Like, because I feel that Denver, like I thought going into the season, I didn't necessarily. I think we had this conversation. We all gave our predictions as far as like where Denver was going to end up in the most competitive division in all of the history of football in the AFC West, and I think most people said that Denver was going to be, but I thought we pegged him at like 3, right? Most people,
Yeah.
What you had some weird prediction.
I had him winning.
He had him at 2, I think.
I had him at
You had
2 or
the Chargers
Chargers
and
winning, yeah.
So their defense is still good. So
Very good.
what is the issue? Is it a Russell Wilson?
It's
problem?
a Russ Will. It's I mean,
okay.
that's what he's missing open passes, open looks.
I did see a screenshot from this most recent game they had where Russell Wilson is looking to the left side of the field and like everybody's covered, and like literally the other half of the field that he's not looking at, there is a guy like looking like he's on the island trying to get saved. He's like, dude, I am right the fuck here. And
well,
no one was
the
close.
4th down try the other night, he had a guy wide open.
Yeah, and he could have run it too.
Yeah, and he just didn't. The dude can. I don't know. He's had like a hand issue or elbow issue that he looked at.
So the most recent issue for him is he's got a hamstring that caused him to go in for an MRI yesterday, and it was thought that the results of that MRI could like make him miss multiple weeks, but apparently it wasn't that bad.
How much of that?
He's day to day.
How much of that contract is guaranteed?
A shit ton. It's a
Man,
awful
this is
contract.
great.
Yeah,
This is hilarious.
it's not a good contract if he continues. And I have a theory. I watched the pregame little thing on him yesterday because I did want to find out why is this dude so fucking weird. Of course, whatever was on last night. What was it? ESPN
Last night?
or Monday night?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever
show is on.
Fuck, it's like Saturday, Tuesday.
Monday night game.
But when he was in Seattle, I think he was held to a standard because that's where he was drafted, that he could say these douchey things, but he had to follow through on them.
Yeah, he always said, let's go Hawks, and he followed through on them.
Now
he says, let's ride, and he's getting fucking dropped in the head.
I don't think he has the cachet with management that he did in Seattle. Even though
the management in Denver has no fucking idea what's going on.
Is it coaching? Because last night Melvin Gordon had like 2 rushing yards and
he's fumbling the ball.
It's a bad combination.
But look at him though. I mean, give him a go. He's gonna have to get his shit together, and you're gonna have to find out when. You might as well use him.
I agree. I agree with you.
Who's the alternative there? Who's the other running back?
Well, Javonte Williams is out.
So the
where are the alternative?
The backup is Mike Boone.
And Mike Boone, hell of a guy. He's not going to get I have no idea about Mike Boone. Sorry.
You have Melvin Gordon. I mean, you got to squeeze every football ounce he's got left, and you gave him 3 goes.
Points scored for Broncos this year. In a loss to Seattle, 16. A win against the Texans, they scored 16. A win against the Niners, they score 11. Their highest output of the season was against the Raiders. They scored 23. And then in the last 2 losses, that awful game against Indianapolis, they posted 9 points, and then they just posted 16, most of them by their kicker
And
against the Chargers.
They are on prime time 3 more times this year.
Yep.
Who the fuck made this goddamn schedule?
I don't know, but I love it.
Jesus.
I love
Maybe that's why
watching the
Jerry
world
Jones
burn.
wants to fucking get Roger Goodell out.
And we apologize, Europe, but apparently we're exporting the Broncos versus the Jaguars here in a couple weeks to
fuck
London.
yeah.
Hey, watch Trevor Lawrence. That's about it.
Let's ride, baby.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen all the tweets that they've been putting about Broncos country, let's ride, and then it shows the ride, and there's this guy that's sitting behind a horse, and he's trying to like jump over its ass to like land on it, and the horse just fucking bucks, and this guy goes flying. Like my fucking Apple Watch just went flying.
One watch down.
I'm gonna fucking look it up. It's great.
No, he's so cheesy, and I don't think I don't know. He didn't do his homework during the off season. It looks like.
So,
I mean, from your point, Andy, when that screenshot, I mean, he knew the offense in Seattle. one, he was there a long time. Two, he was drafted. I mean, that's the expectation when you're drafted. But
Carlos showing the video of the guy
doing
one of the stupidest things, riding.
It says Russell Wilson, Broncos country. Let's ride the ride.
it's like the ride's kind of like the Joyland roller coaster,
Wooden, old,
and could kill someone.
Yeah.
Or multiple people.
So I do remember one thing I was telling you before the podcast started. I was telling you that I did read something about, it was either Richard Sherman or Marshawn Lynch or both were talking about how just fucking weird this guy is and why they really didn't like him and why Seattle really, at the end of the day, not really missing him at all. Meantime, Geno Smith is fucking killing it. But one of the things that they were saying is that if the players actually wanted to talk or meet with Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson made him talk to the agent rather than him.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, just weird fucking shit. So, anyway, he's a fucking weirdo. Anything else NFL-wise before we hop into a couple maybe soccer, hockey things, and then we'll do some final thoughts so Carlos can hit the road.
What a douchebag! Like, I don't know. I just that's
Russell
gonna,
Wilson.
Yeah,
right?
that's gonna resonate. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm gonna get from this
Hey,
podcast.
talk to my agent. Email me. Oh yeah, what a douche.
Slip into my DMs.
Yes. I don't know. NFL wise, I mean, Jesus Christ, the Raiders suck. Jimmy G's balling out. I just had to get that in there.
We've talked about fantasy football way too much today, but one more thing on fantasy football. The old man, now that Russell Wilson was, he's day-to-day, and we thought he could have issues with his MRI with his hamstring. Old man's backup, Jimmy fucking G.
God damn, I wanted to trade for him. I'm sticking with Frank Zappa.
So, yeah, taking a look at the schedule moving forward for the NFL, I'm trying to find a great game in here. And
Talk about the Ravens, how terrible they've been doing. What is
Your
going
boy
on
Lamar,
there?
Andy? What happened?
Lamar's doing fine. They cannot hold.
Why they
that is the third time this year they've blown.
Why in the hell
lead.
did they trade Hollywood Brown? That's a weird one. I don't get that. Dude was good.
That didn't make a lot of sense. But now he's injured, not for the year. So
Sure, yeah. No, he's not. He's coming back. They said his foot isn't, he said it's 6 weeks or something. I don't think he's out. They were thinking he was, and then it wasn't as bad as they thought it would be.
Yeah, so I don't know. The Ravens in the second half are just brutal. And they just gave up their third one to the Giants this week. I think we're losing TJ.
I think TJ's having a stroke.
Yeah. If you can ever hear a stroke, this is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't. The Ravens are killing me. Their over/under to get 10.5 wins with FanDuel is looking worse and worse
it's not
by the
looking
week.
good.
So not good there.
Not good.
But Carlos, I know you had mentioned there was some good soccer on today.
Oh, yeah.
Newcastle.
Hop
Yeah.
into what's going on
God,
in
it
the
was
soccer
a
world?
plethora of soccer today,
Plethora
man.
of soccer.
Yeah. Yeah, a big bag.
Get your thesaurus out for this podcast, boys.
I am. Yeah, the big game today was Man U versus Tottenham. Man U 2-0. That was a good game.
Oh.
Yeah, very impressive. Chelsea tied with Brentford. That was great. Chelsea's just terrible.
I love the slide they're on.
Yeah, it's great. And then Arsenal and Man City were supposed to play today, but it got postponed.
Why?
I have no idea. Probably something to do with the Queen dying.
Holland has been killing it, by the way.
Holland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a monster.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Holland,
The
as a
country. Yeah, the Heineken is great.
Holland
No.
Oats.
And then Newcastle beat Everton today.
What?
That was good. And then Saturday is Man U Chelsea. That's
Carlos,
a big game.
I still don't know. I need to go back and look at the details of that tweet that I sent you that apparently was as inaccurate as it possibly could be. But I was trying to figure out the status of a Colombian soccer player for the World Cup, to which you responded, Colombia's not in the World Cup.
They are out.
So,
Yeah, no.
I don't know what that tweet was about.
I don't either.
Next podcast, boys, we probably better jump into some World Cup.
By the way,
It's,
my Brazilians are going to be the number 1 seed going into World Cup. So
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
all right, I
Number
need to
1
know.
seed? There's still time. Somebody's gonna get hurt, preferably
Or they're
Neymar,
just gonna
or
choke.
they're gonna be in jail because Neymar's under like trial right now for his transfer to Barcelona.
The way that you work to get Shakira out of jail, I will fight.
Yes.
I will fight to get my Brazilians out of jail.
No, he
For the second time.
he'll go
I
to the World
wouldn't.
Cup.
I wouldn't fight.
I don't know.
for Jim.
Brazil's good, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough to beat the likes of England and those countries.
You are on England's dick.
Well, I was, and then now they lost a couple of right backs.
Yeah.
It's been tough. They need to get a better fucking manager. Is what they need.
USA is looking especially shitty.
Oh, USA's gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
Mexico and USA are gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Argentina will probably do something.
I'm just going to use this time right now. I don't know if we have. Aside from the United States, and they'll be bounced early, Belgium, my heart is with you this World Cup.
Is that because that's where half of our podcast?
Yes, that's exactly, yes.
Courtois is hurt right now. He hasn't been playing for Real Madrid.
2 weeks out?
Yeah, I don't know. They beat Barcelona the other night, though, so it was great.
So maybe next week we go into a deep dive of World Cup preview and hashtag Belgium, hashtag everything we need to do with the Belgium listening audience. And
We got you, babes.
some of our highest downloads were when we were
They're
speaking.
a top 5.
Is that like where like porn bots are at, or is it actual people? Do they tweet at us?
It's like there's multiple people, and like I can see it's
There
kind
are
of
at
weird.
least two.
I can see
Multiple means two.
I can see their neighborhoods.
Oh, okay.
That's not accurate, Belgium. Don't worry.
Is it a internet cafe?
No, it's a it's a multi-lane highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a shanty.
Yeah, so people are just probably listening in their phones.
Old man, I feel like you have
Something to say.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's here.
Hey, that's a nice shirt. It looks a little short on the sleeves, though.
Yeah. I was going to change the subject.
Oh,
What's the
what
subject?
No, TJ. T-Mobile has
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Can you hear me now?
T-Mobile has iPads your size, $250.
250 pound size? Like that big?
No, the size of his
Oh, okay.
iPad.
Why didn't you get one?
TJ, this is the time we tell you that you're getting an iPad for Christmas.
I think that's what I'm being told.
And if they eliminate it, what's the next generation? What are they bringing up?
They want to know what you want for Christmas.
No, they don't.
Need to hang any
This
coats?
is a really weird question.
You need an 8-ball?
Yeah, drugs.
My boys already gave me my Christmas gift.
Yeah?
A
What
nice
was it?
mattress.
Oh,
Christmas gift.
very nice.
Yeah, that was just
I'll give you a
to
Christmas present
preserve
in
your
Vegas.
golf back.
Oh, on my neck,
Yes.
my week back.
Yes.
Heard it in Strong City, Kansas, about a week back.
Where is Strong City, Kansas?
Take Highway 50,
Oh, boy.
east of Newton.
Now
And
you
you'll run
know.
right into it.
There you go.
It's west of Emporia. It's east of Peabody.
What do they have there
Drugs.
besides
They
drugs?
have a cafe.
Uh-huh. They have a Sonic there?
They got a,
Can I Uber Eats
they got a
Sonic?
couple guys that walk around like this out in the hall. That's to keep the shit off their face.
Yeah. Very nice.
Wow.
Moving on
right.
to
Glad you
our
gave me that,
podcast
Mike.
here.
Breaking news. World Cup rankings. Brazil, Belgium, Argentina, France, England, Italy. Top 6.
Italy, what a joke. They're going to get fucked. Wait, no, Italy can be ranked. They're not going to the World Cup.
They can be ranked in
Oh,
FIFA,
this
but
is FIFA.
They're FIFA ranking.
Yeah.
They're not going to the World Cup. I was like, wait a minute.
yeah, they didn't qualify after they won the Euros.
No.
Okay,
Did you
so-
know they haven't qualified for the last 3 World Cups?
Yeah,
It's great. Well, I think 3 or 2, either one.
I was in McCarran Airport watching them lose.
Oh.
Or no, watching them win the Euros.
So when we get close next week for our World Cup preview, I think we need to figure out.
We need to have the
Am I
Jew
going to be
on
betting
here.
on Brazil? And are you guys going to be betting on Belgium? Well, actually, it sounds like you might be betting on England.
I'll bet on England, but I don't know. I have to look. I'm gonna have to do my homework this week and see who I want to bet on.
I bet with my heart, Belgium.
I'll bet blindly with Brazil.
Yeah, me too.
Does Brazil still have Oswaldonado?
Oh my god.
Who?
Oswaldonado.
No, no, he's gone.
What a name.
He gone.
God.
Yeah.
And in the
They
pantheon.
they have Firmino now. Remember
Yeah,
him?
he's
He's
sick.
great. He's got a whitest teeth ever.
I miss Pretinia.
Pretinha and Firmina.
They go together.
And Firmino.
She's a nurse.
What? Oh, God. Anyway, TJ, you want to hit on beginning of the hockey season?
Oh my god. So last night, the interns tweeted out that the Devils were down 2-0 and that Scrode...
You are the intern.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Schawe is the intern.
As much as it's not Schawe, it's an intern. He's like a little.
He's a little Rain Man tweeting out from the closet.
He has a little bell when he wants to go out.
I gotta pee.
I got it.
Come here, Tinkles.
So yeah, the intern tweeted out that I was not going to be happy. The Devils looked like absolute shit. In the first two games, they were getting some scoring chances, but their defense again looked absolutely awful, which has been par for the course for the last year and a half. But then they did something I haven't seen too often.
Scored a goal.
They scored one goal.
Yeah.
And then they scored another goal.
Wow.
That is pretty rare.
Two?
And then they scored another goal.
A third goal?
They won the game, Carlos.
That's wild.
They won the goddamn
Is Marty
game.
Brodeur still playing for the whatever Devils?
No, he's been retired for a good almost a decade.
Is Gordie Howe still?
Good for him.
He's dead.
Oh.
Do we want to play how many hockey players can Carlos name?
Not a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Is it
Wayne
five?
Gretzky? His daughter?
And Paulina.
Yep, she's a hockey player. Yeah.
She can play whatever the fuck she wants, and I'll let her.
By the way, not to turn that into a
Nathan
sour note, but
McKinnon.
her husband has made $30 million already with the Live Tour.
Hey, guess what? Her husband's a piece of shit.
There you go.
Guy, he's her husband, though. What a guy. He is doing, sometimes he's going to have to put out a memoir and just tell us all about it.
Why I cheated.
Yeah. Why he cheated on the PGA?
Don't get me started on the Saudis.
Oh, God. She is so hot. Not the Saudis, probably not.
Thank you. Well, the Saudis are
it's hot
probably
in-
hot.
They're
Yeah,
probably hot,
yeah,
too,
they are
yeah.
probably very, very warm.
I mean, they are very.
I like
California
Nathan
King
McKinnon.
bitches.
I had him last year in my fantasy thing.
Yeah,
He
McJesus.
did great. Yeah. Sidney Crosby, right?
Yes,
yeah.
that's a player. Yeah,
Is he still playing?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
He's
he
a good
does.
Canadian.
yeah.
He's still playing for the Penguins?
He is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know things.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the guy that we saw here, I can't remember his name. The good young guy
The referee.
for the
Schwartz.
little New Mexico team. You know, yeah, Schwartz.
Arizona
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yeah, or
Who's
Arizona.
that team
yeah,
from
yeah.
Albuquerque?
Yeah, the Walter
Schwartz.
Whites.
Schwartz, yes.
They
The
skate-
Eisenheimer's or whatever you
The
call it.
Heisenbergs.
Yeah, Heisenbergs, yeah.
They skate on the ice and then smoke it.
They smoke it and they run forever.
The best lungs in the game
They only have 11 players total.
and 0 teeth.
Yeah.
It's,
No goalie.
Yeah, unfortunately their teeth were not knocked out. They just never.
They just
rotted,
disappeared.
Yeah.
They melted off.
So
Oh.
that's meth and hockey. Vegas, Andy, your Vegas Golden Knights are off to a surprising start. You, however, seem to be upset about it while you wear your Vegas Golden Knights hat because you did bet against them twice, no?
I'm 1-for-1.
Okay.
Wow.
They did blow a 2-goal lead to Calgary last night, which was good for the pocketbook.
Calgary.
Calgary. And also undefeated Calgary team. They were
Wow.
Calgary is
Hey,
really
is
good.
TJ Oshie still playing hockey?
He's injured, but yes.
Talk about a hot wife. Holy shit.
Yes, and talk about a hot kid. Oh,
Hot guy, too, yeah. He had a
Jimmy
marriage.
G of hockey.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah,
He's beautiful.
just a ham.
Beautiful hog, probably, too.
Is your daddy a meat burglar? Because I seen someone stuff 2 hams down your pants.
Oh, what a guy.
So yeah, your Vegas Golden Knights.
I'll still continue to bet against them.
Okay, that's probably.
You're betting against them? Oh, good.
They don't have a goalie.
They don't.
I've heard that's important.
Like they have a guy that's a goalie.
Are you switching your tune on this?
Do they have a guy that's a goalie, or they don't have one because he's injured?
They don't have a guy. Well, he was. They did have a guy.
They had a guy.
He's injured.
He's injured. Oh, why don't they just
Yeah.
get another guy?
There's not another guy.
There's
The
fucking
Devils had
guys.
this problem last season.
There's guys everywhere.
No, there's not guys.
Get a fat guy staying back there.
It doesn't work, man. They got to be flexible, fat guys.
I don't know, man. You can put Billy Bob back there.
It was on Sports
Billy Bob's
Science.
also dead though. So put Tuna from Blow back there.
Oh, good show.
I watched that last night, or
Good
not last night, the other night.
Of course you did.
was good.
You lived it.
I didn't. No.
So, okay. You were about to wiggle your way out of a statement that you made a week ago.
What?
He was about to
told me-
say that the Knights have a goalie.
That's what he's about to say.
Dude.
I like the
The
tone of this
first,
dude.
the first 2 games I watched, and granted, I didn't watch much. That was awesome. The first two games I watched had great down low control. I mean, maybe
Who were they playing? The Devils?
I don't know. No, it
The
wasn't.
New Mexico team.
The New Mexico Coyotes. The New Mexico. Yes, I was going to say something racist, but I won't.
Thank you, Carlos. He looked good. I mean, I would still, if I were Vegas, try to shop for a goalie, but
I don't think
they don't have.
I don't think your goalie to be good. I think you need your goalie to be great because there's only one of them, right? You only carry one goalie on your roster
That would be cool if you had 2 midgets in goal, though.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that counts as one. Probably got to cut that out.
Why?
You can have Mini Me back there, fucking stopping
Yeah, Vern
pucks.
Troyer's ghost.
Oh, he is dead.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Nah, he
Yeah.
was kind of
Did
an
you
asshole.
almost R.I.P. motherfucker?
I almost did. Yeah.
R.I.P. midget.
Oh, okay.
He was great on that song. You know, it's a Hard Knock Life. You know, that was a good song. It's a good music video too.
And also there was a rap song, Go Low, Low, Low.
Ludacris thing.
That was Lil Jon
Wait, no,
and the
get low,
Yin
low.
Yang Boys.
The
To
Yin
window!
Yang Boys.
To
The Yin Yang
twins,
Boys.
Twins. Yin Yang twins.
Yin Yang Boys.
Ling Beers.
Till the sweat drops down my balls.
And that's how the water got on the garage.
Yeah, you gotta. This time of year, you gotta watch your house for Lil Jon's getting loose and getting buck wild and making
Yep.
things wet. No, they did look good. The team to beat still in my mind is the Avalanche.
Who just lost Skog for 12 weeks.
Oh, did they really?
What do you do? Going to prison? 12 weeks?
Avs captain Skog out 12 weeks for surgery.
That's a manly name.
Landeskog, yeah.
That's like a
First name, not so much, Gabrielle.
that's what I'm like gonna get off the boat and conquer your land kind of name.
Oh, he's a conqueror.
Yeah,
You see that guy with the helmet? His last name is Skog.
Gabriel.
Gabe the Angel.
Hey, didn't you date a Gabriel at one point?
I did.
Oh, I actually finished the last season of Yellowstone. Beth is. I want to be adopted by Beth.
Dude,
I want her to be my mom.
That's kind of the, like, I don't know. She's a rough character.
It's weird because I also want to like kind of have sex with her,
And strangle
and
her.
I don't want her to be my mom while I do that.
Oh.
Can you put on your niece hat? Anyway, Carlos has to leave in 8 minutes. We gotta
9 minutes.
Final,
9 minutes,
final
9
thoughts,
minutes.
final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
9 minutes. This ain't gonna take 9 minutes.
Carlos,
We can still talk about ham.
That's fine.
I don't know if we can.
Is it? Was it
'cause
spelled
none of
ham
this-
like HAMM?
Carlos, none of this is going to get on air.
Was there an H at the end? You think?
Ham hock.
Ham hog, rum ham.
Bro
Ham hog ham, nice hog, Miss Ham.
Rum ham.
Ooh.
From
Yeah. The
rum ham. Oh, good stuff.
Ugh.
Good stuff. What do you think the Shockers are gonna do this year? Probably not
Suck.
gonna be very good.
I don't think they're gonna be.
I don't know. It'd be different. I don't know. They're probably gonna suck.
They have, they lost everyone, didn't they? Like, even Ricky Council.
I think like 2 people came back, and I don't know who they are. I think is the Poto guy.
Poco?
I thought he left.
Kelly Popo, the Indian dude?
I can't keep up with those guys.
I can't either. They're always leaving. I don't know. I was just looking at that picture.
Yes. Any baseball? To get to baseball, I don't talk baseball at all.
Did you see that the Yankees had their whole upper deck pretty much empty?
Because it was at fucking like 2 a.m. or 2 fucking p.m. the game.
A weird time.
On a weekend, right? I thought it was a weekend.
Well, fuck. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday, Andy?
No, it was night because the fucking video I saw was night.
Okay, I don't know what. Maybe it was this week.
You know who's a Yankee fan? He's always fucking posting about it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, speaking of him, speaking of rum ham, he looks like
have fun editing the last 30 minutes of this.
he looks like a ham. Does he listen to this?
I don't know.
Of course he does.
You never know.
He doesn't. You know what? I'm not even going to edit this out. He didn't even invite his friends to the wedding.
Oh, I was gonna say, what kind of food are we gonna serve at your wedding?
Sloppy Joes.
The remnants of ham.
Oh, god damn it!
Hashtag Dahmer on Netflix.
We can't use any of it.
It's gonna be the shortest podcast ever.
Headlines. Okay, and final thoughts.
Cannibalism. Okay.
We can use some of this. Just bleep out the names.
I'm gonna have to. That might be the easiest thing.
Cannibalism, if you want to put it in a bowl. That's what you can do.
That was the dumbest thing I heard today.
All right. The one baseball thought I had, and I don't like. I mean, I appreciate baseball, but it's too slow for me. Why are we having ALDS games? I don't know when it started, but I know when I started watching it was 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it was already halfway over. Why is that a thing in LD?
Weird times.
Major League Baseball markets worse than the NHL, which is really tough to do. But
The NHL's getting better.
I'll give you that. They are getting better. The baseball is really bad at it, like very bad, and it does not make sense. I will say this is about the only thing that I will say to defend baseball in any way. We bitch about a lot of the sports when they play their games too late or when they wrap up too late, and that's a specific bitch for people that are
You
on the
do.
East. No. I think it's pretty prevalent.
I it's not just you.
People on the East Coast are like, oh my god, that game started at, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock.
Well, it affects major things like AP voting and Heisman voting because, I mean, not everyone stays up. I mean, it is a thing.
So baseball's almost done the complete reverse of starting the games way too early. And it is way too early.
Yeah.
But the flip side would be if baseball tried to start these games at 7, 8 o'clock, the regular season games are going 3 to 4 hours. That's without the crowd noise.
But this is playoff, postseason.
And it takes even longer, is my point.
But it's if there's the one sport that okay, let's slow down for this one, it's fucking that one. Playoff time.
You can start it at 5 and still be.
No, I'm with you, but
I guess 5.
What they can't do,
or Western time would be.
What they can't do is start a baseball game at 7 or 8 o'clock because
not Central.
But they start.
That game's not gonna be done till fucking midnight.
So let's just for the Asscasters, we're talking about this Central Standard Time. So that'd be Chicago, Wichita, Dallas, Minnesota. That would be our time zone. Just for clarification. Yes. So you're saying that they should start it at what time Central Standard? A Yankee game in New York. What time should that start? Central Standard Time.
6 o'clock.
Central Standard? That's 7 p.m. there.
I agree.
So yeah, but you're saying it won't be over till
and then
midnight.
that's 4. It's 4 o'clock on the West Coast,
right?
You're just getting. I think that's a perfect number.
That's gotta be where it's at. Even if you get a 4-hour game, it's still not going till midnight, and it's gonna go 4 fucking hours. Because we got San Diego and Philadelphia
Ooh, Philly's coming back.
They were winning in this game, and then San Diego started coming back. So San Diego's, it's 8-5 in that game. I can only imagine that there's been 45 pitching changes and 90 mound visits in that fucking game.
Yep.
So that game's
What's
gone forever.
is it at the bottom of what or top of what?
Top of the ninth, and that game started forever ago.
It's 7:30.
And right now we got New York and Houston on. It's 7:28 Central Standard Time. That game is in the bottom of the second, and I don't expect a lot of points in that one, but it's still going to take 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Playoff baseball, I'm okay with it going. I'm okay with it being baseball length, I guess. Yeah. Fucking blow. Sitting through it 162 games, that's too fucking much. No that's way. Ridiculous.
I'm with it. They've got a problem that they haven't addressed. And they, until they, and I've been told that they've got some type of restrictions on mound visits, but it's not enough. They've got to let a struggling pitcher get the fuck out of it, or they got to pull.
It's still a pastoral game. It still is a pastoral.
That's another big word.
It is. It's still a game.
What the fuck do you tell a guy on the mount? Like, hey, do what the fuck we told you to do.
What the problem is like what they're doing in baseball is what they're doing with like boxers at the end of a round.
They're just holding him back.
They're just basically saying,
slowing it down.
Here's where you're at. Here's where you need to be. And that's what those mound visits are. But you can't be stopping a fucking game for all if that's all that is. That's all it is.
It's ridiculous.
So anyway, that's it. So that's all I've got. I know Carlos has got to get out of here. So TJ, you can wrap this puppy up however you want.
All right, I don't have anything. Carlos, you've been gone. I'll let you start off with your parting take.
Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen in New England. I say stick with Zappy for now to see where we go. It's only been 2 games. Well, 2.5 technically. So, I don't know. Hot hand. You got to go with the hot hand. I mean, look, I think Mac is probably going to be there for the long run, but I don't know. Just go with Zappy. What do you got to lose? It's not going to be a Super Bowl winning season. It might not even be a playoff season. See what you got. You know.
I would
let Mac heal up because I think he's still probably struggling. It was a high ankle sprain, so those things take a while. And yeah,
and a high ankle sprain means a lot.
And I think Dak is back next week after old Cooper.
Well, Cooper
Rush.
played like Cooper Manning last week, so
yeah. And the last thing I'll say is, it is just a great thing to wake up on a Tuesday and pull up the fantasy football app. And take a look at the Flying Richard Friars in last fucking place with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback.
Yep.
It's a great feeling. I take great pride in it. That's all I got.
I take great pride in it.
I wouldn't.
On that note, I'm proud to be in last place. This feels amazing. I don't have to pay attention to the rest of the season. Like, I'm done.
You can still get into the.
I am, but no.
You got 5 losses.
I'm not in your division anymore, though.
Oh, that's right. Me and Andy and Matt.
Yeah, I used to be in the remedial division, and I made the playoffs.
The flying freaking backdoor bandits are flying high.
They look good.
We'll see.
My parting point is a betting one. Andy found out on FanDuel last night that you have to be within 24 hours of the Jack Hughes prop bet. You guys are probably thinking, why is Mr. Mannion... Oh, my God. Why is TJ telling us this? Why is TJ telling us this? It is a very lucrative bet. And Jack is just getting hotter. So he's growing up. He's 21 years old. He shoots the puck like crazy. He's on a hot line. He doesn't play defense. Put your fucking money on Jack Hughes prop shots.
Is he like sexy? Like beautifully sexy? Or just sexy?
He's got nice hair.
Yeah, he's a
nice hair.
He's a beauty, yeah.
Oh, good.
I always fan of nice hair.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Andrew?
Hot takes from Andrew.
I I don't know a lot about the NFL right now. I still don't understand who's good and who's not, except for one thing: the Buffalo Bills are fucking good. It's time to throw the money down and just say that they're winning the Super Bowl.
Unless Josh Allen goes in.
I mean, that's the only liability you have in that bet. Their defense is great. Their offense is unstoppable.
Von Miller made that team a contender.
They're good. So, okay, fine. The AFC is the tougher route to go, but playoffs are going through Buffalo this year, and I don't see them getting tripped up.
It's gonna be a cold motherfucker too.
Until the Chiefs figure out like truly who the fuck they're passing the ball to, other than Kelsey, that is the Bills all day long.
Hey, Odell Beckham Jr. to the Chiefs is looking more and more like a great sign for them.
Which makes you wonder why they just adjusted the cap number for Kelsey. Yep.
So, on that note,
that's all I got.
Andy,
Bye-bye.
Take us out of here.
Askcasters, thank you for allowing us to try to inform and entertain for the last 18 episodes. Make sure to visit our friends at 3chai.com for your Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10 needs. Relax and enjoy with Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10 products from 3chai.com. We will, looks like, have a World Cup preview for episode 19, so stay tuned. #Belgium.
See ya.
Bye-bye.